Hello guys, this is Rstar from Rstar FX Academy. Now, what we are dealing with today is how to read a trend with price action. First, let's get this from here first before going to the main chart. Now, at the green part here, we have the uptrend. Then we have the downtrend at the red part here of the downtrend. So now let's take this uptrend for example. First, this our initial, let's say this where the market opens, there will be an impulse. We call it an impulse. You can call it an expansion, because you can call it an expansion to the upside. So we call it impulse. That impulse will create a high for us. High. The high is higher than this area here. So we call it higher high. Then we have a pullback. The market pulls back, forming a new low, which is higher low. We call it higher low because it is high than this previous area. It doesn't break this line. Here from where the market opens. So we call it higher low. Then we have another impulse. On uptrend, an impulse will give us higher high. Let me indicate it like this: higher high. Then we have another pullback, forming us a new higher low, because the low is high than this previous low. So now let's go to the downtrend. Okay, we have a new higher high here with this impulse. We have a new higher high. Now let's go down to the downtrend. So as we said earlier, we have an impulse that gives us an higher high over here. Now for downtrend, okay, we should have something like this. Sorry guys, it should be something like this. Yeah, because we need to break this previous low to consider it a downtrend. So we have a higher low here that is higher than this low, formed from a pullback. So we have higher high here. This now, since it breaks this previous low, that means the low is lower than this low. So we call it a lower low for downtrend. And for downtrend, an impulse will form a lower low. So we call this an impulse. You see, we have impulse here and impulse here, because the impulse goes straight to an higher high on uptrend, and it goes down to a lower low for downtrend. So that's what's an impulse, or expansion. It expands to the downside, that's why we call it the downtrend, and it expands to the upside, that's why we call it an uptrend. Then we have a pullback over here, to form a new high, but that high doesn't get up to this place, so we call it a lower high. Do you get it? So we have another impulse to the downside here to form a new lower high, and a pullback here to form a new lower high. An impulse to form a new lower low over here. Let me clear this previous one to avoid confusion. Yeah, so we have a pullback to form a new lower high, and then expansion or an impulse to form a lower low over here. Then we have a pullback to form another lower high, and then final impulse or expansion to form a new lower low. So that's how it works. Now let's consider another type of market. We've considered that of uptrend and that of downtrend. Then we have another one we call the ranging markets, or market going sideways. Something like this. It form, just going sideways, not an uptrend, not a downtrend, just going something like this. So that's what we call ranging markets, or the market is going sideways. That's not good for trading, except you just want to catch it in the channel, just short time trade. So we're considering the uptrend and the downtrend. Now let's go to the real charts to get started. So I'm going to show you how the trend works on real market. Now let's delete this and have a better view. Okay, now let's take an example here. We have a market going, you see, we have the market going up, right, like this, right? Okay, so guys, let's take this chart as an example here. We have this downtrend here, which ends here, so considering this for our uptrend, example, the real chart. Now considering this as where the trend ends, we have an impulse here to the upside, which gives us higher high. If you see very well about this candle here, you see it's this one is higher than this previous one, so we have an higher high there. We have the wick is more long than this one, so we have an higher high here over here. So we have a pullback, but one more thing, is the pullback. We are not using this area only because this high here is not up to this previous one, so we call all these ones here pullback. All this one we consider it as pullback, so this will be our higher low. Then until we break this, which is here, until we break it to the upside to form another higher high, we still consider all this as our impulse, then all this as our pullback. Are you getting this, guys? It's very simple. An impulse, you get an higher high, then pull back to form a new low here, which is our higher low, then another impulse that breaks our first high that is here to form a new higher high, then a new low here. But because this has not broken our higher high, so all this also down here is a pullback to form another higher low, then we break our higher high and forms another higher high
till we break the low here. We break our former higher low. Okay, we haven't broken this here, so here we are now up to our higher high, then till it comes down here and breaks our previous higher low or around here. So we have another trend formation, and this is our lower low. And then what this trend forms later, we consider if we are now in a downtrend or it can still pull back to higher high. So we see from this point, we see it went down and we form a lower high and a lower low. So that's the beginning of the downtrend, and that's how you read the market, and that's just how you can get the trend of the market easily. So I believe this really helps you, and by now you should be able to know how your market trend works and to get a trend easily on the chart on any time frame. It's just the same thing, the same process. Find your lows, your highs, and breakouts when your low is broken and when your high is broken. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Rstar sign out.